Hi again. So I'm just coming up on the end of my walk, and I shared with you my mood at the beginning of my walk, and I'm very thankful to share with you that I feel 100 times better after moving my body, and I connected with at least I connected with at least 5 people on my walk, had some amazing, spontaneous, serendipitous conversations, exchanged my number with a few of them to continue our dialogue at another time. And the reason why I wanted to share that is, number one, to just let you know I'm okay. I'm always okay. We're all okay. All is well. We're going to be okay. And one of the things I was listening to on my walk was Dr. David Burns' Feeling Good podcast. And he has done 4 recent videos on people writing in. He's a psychologist, psychiatrist, maybe both. He's a doctor. He's an expert. And people writing in, sorry if there's like a lot of wind noise, I apologize. People writing in just having a lot of anxiety and fear and depression and worry about this global situation we're all in the same boat with. And the way he does his cognitive behavioral therapy team stuff he has the patient write down how they're feeling and scoring that feeling on a scale of 1 to 100. So for example, how this could look like for you if you're feeling particularly angry or grumpy or upset towards the Watchtower leadership or upset towards your family who's shunning you, you would notice how you're feeling and then score it. So for example, yesterday on a scale of 1 to 100, I was feeling an 80 of like 80% frustrated and grumpy towards the situation, the shunning situation, specifically with my little brother. Because there's still this little part of me that thinks he's gonna like snap out of it and just be like, yeah, whatever, we don't agree on religion, but we're family. Like, that would be ideal. and I still was feeling probably like a 50% this morning, and then I took this walk, and one of the exercises Dr. David Burns has you do is, it's called reframing the negative feeling. What that means, what that looks like is, okay, so I'm feeling grumpy or sad or frustrated because of this shunning situation. But what does that say about me in a good way? Well, it shows that I love my family very much. In other words, if I didn't have feelings of love towards my brother, I wouldn't care. I would be apathetic and indifferent, and it wouldn't bother me at all that he doesn't want me in his life. So the fact that I do feel sadness shows that I love him. And that shows that I'm a loving person. It shows that I value family. It shows that I believe in forgiveness. It shows that I believe in relationship regardless of same belief. I don't put those conditions on relationship. So when you go through the exercise, it helps you be able to kind of dial down the feeling that isn't so positive, but not necessarily erase it, because that erases your own humanity in the situation. So I just thought I would share that little exercise. And then the other thing I just wanted to share briefly is how happy I felt just meeting some kindred spirits on my walk. We had some really awesome conversations about everything going on, and I just realized, like, wow, there are other people here in my local community that I totally can connect with, and I'm looking forward to the future and building on that initial conversation. because one of the things we were talking about, so they closed the state parks, and this path that I walk all the time, you can see it behind me, the sidewalk, it's this beautiful path, and it goes up and around and down by the lake. And imagine if tomorrow they decided to put police vehicles all along this path and said, no, you're not allowed to walk here anymore. Like, at what point do we, and I'm not trying to like start an uprising like V for Vendetta style, like I don't believe in anarchy. I do believe in law and order, but I also believe in freedom of speech, freedom to assemble. I believe in self-quarantining if you are at high risk. I believe in common sense, and I feel like that is flying out the window. Does anybody else feel this way? Yeah, so we had a good conversation about that. And anything else? No, just thankful for the lake, thankful for the sunshine. It's supposed to like get really cloudy. Tomorrow is Resurrection Sunday. Yesterday I participated in a little Zoom group, Good Friday, and that was I letting go of legalism and doing it at the right time and the right date in the right way with the right bread and the da-da-da. It's like, letting go of legalism. And I guess the last thing I want to close with is I've been thinking a lot about Star Wars. The darkness, the evil seeks to control, whereas light, truth, freedom versus control. That's something I'm thinking about right now on my walk. Bye for now. Oh, and I listened to, because in the last video I mentioned that I listened to David ICKE, and I can just hear like the peanut gallery saying, oh, he's like the worst conspiracy theorist of them all and blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, perhaps I don't agree with everything he says by any means. And I listened to an interview with Sadhguru, or however you say his name, Inner Engineering. He's the author of Inner Engineering, which, by the way, when I first started looking at his stuff, I was like, this really sounds like a cult, Isha Institute. Perhaps I don't join anything anymore these days. Look at all these vehicles. Look at this. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. See this parade of cars? It's because all of these people were down by the lake. Good for them, but I just really hope they don't start closing certain areas that give us all some sanity. And yeah, so I listened to that interview and it was good. And basically he was talking about virus and how like our bodies, we have more bacteria and viruses in our body than our own human cells. Like, we are the virus. It makes me think of one of my favorite quotes, which is, the other person is you. And what that means, like when you really, really think about it, it's a good meditation. The other person is you. And the main thing Sadhguru was talking about in this interview was using this time right now to make ourselves 10% better than we were at the beginning of this. It's like you have extra time on your hands, perhaps. Use it to, oh, this is such a cool car. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? It's like an old car. Making yourself 10% better than you were. So I'm just going to close out Victoria Glasgow, who Woman of the Nang, her YouTube channel. She's fiery. I love her. She had on her Facebook, she's like, yeah, since the beginning of all of this, I have cut out sugar, all carbs, no alcohol, worked out 2 hours a day, I'm down 10 pounds, and life is great. And then it finishes by saying, I copied and pasted this from somebody else's, and it's not true. And I'm thinking, yeah, me either. I ate all my chocolate, and I had a little too much wine, but I've been walking and, just being okay with what is, right? Okay, thanks for listening to the ramble. Get out and walk, move your body, practice self-care, self-love, all the stuff you already know, blah, blah, blah. Bye.